Hey guys, it's that one Deep Night back at it again with another video voicing my opinion, because we can do that these days. It's weird, but that's just how it goes. I want to say thanks to everybody for at least dropping in by the stream yesterday. It was cool to talk with everybody, answer your questions, whatever questions you may have had. It was very cool to talk to everybody. Well, not playing Rogue for once, it's kind of weird. But today's video is on the topic of Deepwoken and my hopes and thoughts about what I've seen so far, what I hope to see, personal things that I would really love to see in the game. Just wishful thinking in some cases, but you never know, could happen. So from the official spoilers that I've seen, it all honestly seems pretty good so far. It seems a lot more open world. There's a bit more stuff you can do to explore. It reminds me a little bit of Dark Souls from the pictures that I've seen in terms of like where you can go and look, and I feel like there's a lot more to do this time around than in Rogue. I know Rogue, you have your progression and stuff, but there was never really something you could just go do for fun that would give you an extra benefit. I mean, you could say edicts, but I don't really see grinding an edict as fun. But that's just me. So I guess what I'm excited to see is more little things to do that might give you little stat buffs or whatever it may be. So I think that'll be very interesting to see going on as well. There, from Deepwoken info, I took a look at their channel stuff that Rag said, and I'm gonna go off the idea that whatever is posted here is true. So if Rag says so and so will be in the game, then it's in the game. I'm going off of that and that alone. So let's see some of the things that he said. Like fist combat, you don't naturally know how to punch people or whatnot. You have to go learn it. And dungeons being a thing in Deepwoken. Raguzer seems to have confirmed that dungeons will be a thing in Deepwoken, and that personally is something I am very excited for. I know in Rogue you have like Crypt, but like besides Old K's Crypt, you didn't necessarily have a like an actual dungeon. It was more just of, hey, there's an area where some zombies spawn, kill them and you get some stuff. But with Old Crypt, there was trinkets, there were zombies in rooms. It was very cool, a little mini dungeon to do. It was something we hadn't necessarily seen before. Besides like Castle Rock, I guess, but I found it a lot of fun and really enjoyable to do before they changed Old K map to New K map. So I'm excited to see dungeons be a thing. I want to be able to explore, get loot, grind, whatever it may be. The islands, I like the idea of having to actually like survive, prepare for voyages and all that. I think it'll give players the opportunity to get a bit more in-depth into the game and actually like prepare for things that you're gonna go do, and not necessarily just, hey, I want to go walk over here and get something. You really need to prepare for whatever you're going to get, or whatever you're going to find, whatever you're exploring, whatever it may be. So I think that'll be really cool to see. From what I've seen pictures of like models and stuff, I'm really excited to see the variety of weapons, because spears are going to be in there, and I'm actually pretty excited because one of the pictures looks like a Sanctum spear, so we already know what I'm going to be wielding. So you see me walking around with a spear, you know what's happening, you know what's going on. So, and then another thing that he said that I'm pretty excited about is races have very little impact on gameplay. So you're not going to see things like Dzin or Batteryman and K that can really just ultimately change the tide of battle just because of one move that they have. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that everybody will have some capacity of magic. Don't know what the types of magic there's going to be. If there's going to be like curses, buffs, healing magic, or just like purely damage and interactive spells. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what can happen with it. In terms of what I've seen so far, that's really about it. They've only shown some pictures of places. All the places look really good. I don't want to talk about any leaks that were not officially spoiled, because I don't think that's fair to the developer team. I don't think it's right to talk about things that they haven't wanted the public to know. You can go look at that on your own time, but I'm not going to tell you about it. Um, Now, thoughts on my hopes for Deepwoken are things that I want to see personally. I don't. If they're not in the game, I'm not going to freak out about it. But you know, if there are, I'd be pretty little extra excitement factor there. Something I've always loved to do in games, sort of like this adventure ones, are summon things. Um, you might be thinking, well, then why don't you play Necro? Because I don't like how brain dead the zombies are. It's not the kind of summon that I like. I was thinking to summon that maybe you don't summon a crap ton of things. You just summon one companion that follows you around and provides little buffs or like small attacks, something like that. I'd be really excited to see because I've always loved having pets in games like that. I'm really hoping to see a ton of dungeons, a ton of player interactivity, and just like PvP still there, but I don't want to see such a heavy focus on PvP like it is in Rogue in order to do things. There's a more of a PvE factor to progressing and you know, maxing out your character however you'll be maxing it out, because I really don't have any clues on that. In stuff like that, I'm very excited to see the monsters, and I hope there's, in terms of magic, I hope there's sort of like a cult faction, because that's what Deep Knights are. They're basically a cult in K. And I'd love to join something like that in Deepwoken and kind of be known in the game for that. I think that would be a blast to lead a cult of like magic users or something. I don't know what it would look like, but I think it'd be pretty fun. And lastly, I really hope I can get into Deepwoken Wave 0, because once the media ban is lifted, because I know they still have that in place, any spoilers they don't want out are not going to be out. I hope once that's lifted I could get into Wave 0 if that's considered the media ban being lifted, and I would love to make some stuff on it, but if not, I'll just have to wait till it's officially out to make content, because I don't want to ruin the relationship that I've built with the mod team and whatnot. I haven't really spoken to any of the devs yet, but they seem to be hard at work in the game. So I think that's all really on my hopes and thoughts for Deepwoken. I'm very excited for the game to come out. I really hope I can get into Wave 0 so I can experience the game and have something really new and fun to do, to be honest. So I think that's all, guys. That's going to be that one Deep Night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.